Is the primary setting of the poem a country cottage? What creature is central to the poem? A lizard. What time of day does the poem primarily describe? Night. What emotions does the poem mostly convey about the night? Calm and patience. What is noted as great in the poem at the start? The indolence of the speakers. What literary device is used in the phrase our eyes are heavy? Personification. The phrase limbs prepared to stretch or love is an example of what? Imagery. What literary device can be seen in he was more alive than us? Hyperbole. The lizard teaches the speakers patience is an example of symbolism. The repetition of the phrase from time to time can be classified as repetition. The overall mood of the poem is best described as calm and reflective. The poem can be classified as a lyrical poem. The closing line suggests that lizard's purpose is to hunt cockroaches. The tone of the poem is observant and peaceful. The poem speaker could be described as a patient observer. Who is the author of In a Country Cottage? Nissim Ezekiel. In which language was the poem originally written? English. The poem is primarily about nature, calmness, and observation. The poem belongs to which century's poetry? 20th century. Why do the speakers go to the bed early in the poem? Their eyes are heavy and limbs ready to rest or love. The lizard's silent energy contrasts with the speaker's indolence and inactivity. The lizard's teachings in the poem symbolize patience and quiet presence. The phrase our indolence was great means they were very lazy or sluggish. The poem suggests that life in the country cottage is slow and contemplative. The lizard in the poem can be seen as a symbol of steadfastness and survival. What type of imagery is most dominant in the poem? Visual imagery. The poem illustrates patience as an active living quality, which is the best description of the speaker's attitude towards the lizard, admiring and reflective. The poem is written in a free verse. The phrase our eyes are very heavy uses personification. The phrase his aim was only the death of cockroaches is an example of irony. The poem's use of grey to describe the lizard suggests a dull and lifeless color yet vibrant with energy. The poem's tone is awestruck and contemplative. The phrase we could not help but glance at him implies curiosity and fascination. What does indolence means as used in the poem? Laziness or sluggishness. The phrase immobile, tense and grey describe the lizard as still and alert. The word patience in the poem means tolerance or endurance. Which word best describes the lizard's presence, silent and energetic? What literary device is our eyes were heavy, limbs prepared to stretch or love? Symbolism and imagery. What lesson do the speakers learn from the lizard? To be patient and still. What is the poem's view of nature? Calm and instructive. The contrast between the lizard and the speakers highlights the difference between activity